Howdy y'all, Handy Redneck here. Today is April the 14th. We didn't do any filming on April the 13th due to bad weather. It was raining and cool out, so we didn't do anything. Well, most of today has also been rainy and cool, so we ain't done much filming there either. But I figured, well, why don't we come in and look at the babies? What we got in here that they're starting to sprout. You can see in a couple of the cells. We got some up. This one's got some up. This one don't. This one's got one just barely starting, but this one ain't got nothing. These two have something. This one ain't got nothing. But what we got here is what's known as African giant amaranth. These little babies, their flowers can get to 3 inches across. 3 inches across, and the plants themselves can get 3 to 4 feet tall. If you know anything about me, you know I kind of like the giant stuff. I'm growing Mongolian giant sunflowers, and those things reach 14 foot tall. But we're going to have us a look, and each one of these cells had 2 seeds planted into it with hopes of getting one, and it's looking like in most of them at least one has come up. We've got one cell way over here in this corner. I don't know if you can, in this corner that's got 3 in it, but we're going to go through and do a quick little count and see if we can't figure out what our current germination rate is. Now, we're not counting these as full-on seedlings yet, because they could still die off and who knows what could happen to them. But we're going to count right now. We planted these about four days ago. So, and in 4 days, we've got a germination rate of, and we'll do the math. Like I say, each one of these had approximately 2 per cell, so that's what we're going to go through. There's 72 cells, so 2 times 72 is 144. So we'll go through and we'll count these, and then we'll figure out what our 4-day germination rate is. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. So we've got 24 out of a possible 144. That's not great germination rates, but it's only 4 days in, so a 4-day germination rate. We're not going to. Right now we're sitting at what is it? We're sitting at 15% germination rate. Uh, it's somewhere between 15 and 18% germination rate. No, it's closer to 20% germination rate. So we're sitting at about 20% germination rate um, after 4 days, and after 7 days, we want to see this at least an 80% germination rate. That tells us we got a good strong crop. And again, these are African giant marigolds. Will be once these are well up and getting established, we'll transplant them out as companion plants to just about everything out there, because of the odor a marigold produces throws off a lot of insects that'll eat the garden. It'll deter those critters from wanting to eat the garden. And then next week, these will be outside, and in their place, we'll have another tray here, and we'll be doing, of all things, dandelions. But we're going to be doing what you call them, French and Italian dandelions that have been bred over time for eating purposes. Young greens you can use in your salad, not a problem. Sort of like endive. As the greens get older, you can use them as cooked greens. So the great thing about dandelions is you can use every part of them. But we're not talking about them right now. That's a video for next week. We're sitting here looking at all these gorgeous little babies. Ain't they pretty? Anyway, this is a handy redneck. I'll talk to y'all later.